is all about boss fights, and because like 80% less than 80, but most of the game consists of boss fights. The all bosses category became the most popular one. Of
Yeah,
course.
especially. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm joined by Dino. Hey Dino.
How is everybody doing? TC, how are you, TC? Yeah,
we do.
I was gonna.
Yeah, we good. We good.
Oh, I was gonna add to what TC was saying.
Yeah, you're cutting out a little bit, Dino.
A lot
But
of
it's fine.
runners actually came from Cuphead.
Yeah, you're cutting out a little bit, Dino. Might as well say for everyone, uh, this is the all bosses category, and the runs are doing the first and only running on level in the game, which is like a platforming section, I guess. The only reason they're doing this is because they're gonna collect 5 coins from this one. You see right here, Daka's did it. It's score screen confirmation that. In combination with 3 coins that they got from an NPC, they're gonna buy 2 weapons that they're gonna be utilizing throughout the whole run.
Hey, I'm back. I guess it should be better now, right?
Yep. We
All
can hear
right.
you now. Yeah.
Great, great. Sorry about that, everybody. And we just see everybody like getting out of Forest Follies and Daka trying to do here the shop glitch, and I believe he missed it the first time, right?
He got it. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was the second time that he joined the store.
Yep.
A brawl is surely brewing.
So, a really interesting thing about the shop glitch right there was the fact that you can buy a weapon and exit the shop at the same time. You see Justin here failing the first time, getting the second time. A really good thing about the 2 weapons that we're going to be using throughout the whole run is that when you buy one weapon, the next one is right after the other one. So if you do the shop glitch while you exit, you can actually buy the next weapon while the cutscene is like triggering.
Yeah, and that saves I don't know, maybe like 4 seconds, I guess, instead of waiting for like buying everything separately and then actually exiting out the store. However, it's the frame window or the time that you have to do that is very very tight, and you could see a lot of runners, even the most experienced ones, sometimes exiting the store by mistake without actually buying anything. And well, that would lose a little bit of time, maybe like 10 seconds for each time that you re-enter the store.
While the first boss fight happened here, the root pack, you might notice something that is like really interesting, I guess, in Cuphead. And of course, this is what defines Legacy as a version. You see like a lot of projectiles on the screen. Usually the weapons don't have that huge fire rate, but what the runners are doing are they are constantly weapon swapping. And what that allows them is to actually fire a projectile every time they swap a button. So while the weapons have like really significant amount of cooldown, I guess, especially the purple ball, which is the lobber, with the weapon swap glitch, we have really like short, I guess, really high weapon fire rate. So like a machine gun of bullets comes out, Cuphead.
Yeah, it's almost like if you're firing 2 weapons at once, so you can almost double the damage that you would normally do. I mean, it does the damage depending on the weapon that you have. Like roundabout does a little bit less damage than a lobber, but still, like having this combination is like the best combination that you could have for like human timing of actually swapping the weapons as fast as possible. And we saw
Yeah.
here that Justin got a bad pattern. I mean, not a bad pattern, it's actually the faster pattern for the frogs. However, you have to be very, very specific in the way that you do the damage on the first phase so that he could have skipped the second phase. He didn't. But still, it was a good fight. Just with 1 HP at the end with the Buffaloes, he managed not to die, which is like very, very important in a race environment.
Yeah, he didn't really do enough damage, and he was a 1 HP, so what he had in mind was just like clutch the fight. That was like the only thing that he cared about. Um, the runs have like a little bit of a difference. I do have to mention that we are using the official timing in Cuphead, which is the loadless time. So the timer is automatic to stop whenever there's like a loading screen. Uh, RTA wise, and in a race scenario, it might look a little bit weird, especially in this particular race, because I know
A
Justin
brawl is
has
surely brewing.
significant higher load times than other runners. It might look a little bit weird. We might have to see on specific checkpoints, I guess, uh, how far the runs are from each other. But it actually seems like Daka is ahead because he had really solid fights.
Yeah, I think Daka might be ahead by a little bit. We'll see, like you say, maybe entering Island 1 or something like that might be a good first checkpoint to do this. And we could see that Daka didn't opt to go for the first damage boost. He opts to go for the second damage boost here in Hilda. So there is a very specific way of fighting Hilda that you would see most runners taking 2 damage intentionally so that they can throw the EX when Hilda is going from left to right on the screen and do like many more damage. But maybe Daka doesn't feel so comfortable with this fight right now, and maybe not attempting to go for the glitch either, and instead going for a safe fight where he has at least room for one mistake.
Yeah, the Hilda glitch is quite really like precise. It's not really that easy to do. You have to do a lot of damage on like specific sections, but at the same time, you need to not over damage her. So, it's one of those situations that can be really tricky in the speedrun. Uh, I think Doug had practiced a little bit before, and he was not getting really good Hilda fights. So I think he opted not to go for the Hilda glitch and just like play safe, have like a relatively decent fight, I guess. Now Justin gets hit by the pole, and that will immediately deny him the Hilda glitch. There is a way to do it uh, without the damage boost,
A
but
brawl
it's
is
actually
surely
really
brewing.
slow. So Justin is just gonna do damage to the Hilda and have like a normal fight as well.
Yeah, and actually, whenever, well, at least in my personal opinion, whenever I get that mistake, when I got damaged unintentionally, the one transformation that I don't like is when he transforms into like a Sagittarius, because those little stars that are like aiming for you can be a little bit tricky to avoid sometimes. They're a little less unpredictable, like not like the like Gemini, I guess, that is just
Yep,
a rolling bullets.
true. Justin still fighting Hildaberg, and Daga is done with the bosses in aisle 1. We'll see the time that Daga gets as he enters aisle 1. Overall, he had really solid fights. You see, Cagney is usually one of the bosses that generally causes a lot of trouble in like other categories without the weapon swap. But with weapon swapping, it's actually not a hard boss since it's like really fast. Cagney doesn't really have a lot of HP, and weapon swap glitch destroys bosses. So 735 for Daka, 736, I guess, without the with the cutscene entering aisle
Here's
2.
a real high-class bout. Now go.
And now we can see on Daka's screen, he's got Baroness von Bonbon. This is one of the first fights. I mean, after Rivian Croaks, this is another one of those fights where RNG can really play in your favor or not in your favor, depending on which mini bosses you get, and also depending on which ones you feel more comfortable with. And also, depending on which technique you use. We see Daka using the roundabouts going from left to right. There's a lot of people that prefer to stay also right in front of the castle, just setting up a trap of roundabout and lover. So it was still a pretty decent fight, I think. Not much trouble. Didn't got like super bad RNG with the boss patterns. I mean, with the mini boss patterns, and getting out with a 37, I think that's pretty decent for the race.
Right, so they don't cover pretty much everything in. There is to know about barbarians from Bonbon. There are like specific minions, of course, that are faster as such. Daka gets some bombs now, and it's going to be using the weapon swap glitch in opening fights, which is a little bit different than the weapon swapping, which is like
This match will
basically
get
mashing.
hot.
So, so Daka pretty much weapon swaps at the rhythm of the bomb cooldown. So there's like a specific rhythm, I guess. And also in the meantime, Justin enters aisle 2 with a 739. Daka had a 736, so the runners are only separated by 3 seconds.
Yeah, so far it's a pretty close race. And Daka's getting a pretty good fight here at Wally Warbles. With that pause and pause that many of you already might know, that makes that spawn of the final phase of Wally to be faster instead of waiting for the little Wally to go out of the screen. A little bit unfortunate that he got the heart at the very moment that he threw an EX right there. But still, I think that was pretty good fight. 43 is definitely pretty good.
Yeah, it's a
Nice
good
Wally
one.
Warbles.
Yeah, it's a good one with the hard RNG, as you said. It costs you a little bit of time simply because you can't really do enough damage. You can go really aggressive and take like a damage and do like weapon swaps on the heart, but that is usually in a race you will not really see it that often from the runners.
Good game for us. Well battled. Here goes.
Okay,
So-
oh,
This one, yeah. Tell us a little bit about this one, Dino, because this is a really difficult one for many runners.
oh, it's indeed a difficult one, and I know Daka sometimes doesn't like this boss a lot, and I cannot blame him. So we see him throwing this like bombs like to the bottom of the ground right now. That's because there's a hidden hitbox right there for Jimmy, and he's gonna be throwing EX as well at the pillars to do more damage. The reason why he's doing all this is to actually kill the sarcophagus before he kind of appears, and that's gonna make Jimmy to stuck in this phase, in the sarcophagus phase. So now what he's gonna be doing is gonna be staying in front of his face, but you saw that hit. Those mummies are RNG, and there's like no way you can avoid them if they just decide to spawn right on your face. So the base idea is to try to get here with the 3 HP to kind of damage boost your way out of this fight, try to out damage Jimmy before he kills you. But Daka decided to play it a little bit safe because he got 2 damage pretty early, and it's still pretty decent, I think. Anything sub 1 minute is pretty good. 101, I think it's pretty decent for the race as well. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty risky because he got 2 damage, and the second one was really fast, not the way he wanted to get that second damage.
Right, so here's like a really interesting scenario. Usually you want to stay on for Justin right now. He got really bad RNG. It's actually not that bad if you have more than 1 HP, but he had 1 HP right from the beginning. So it's like really tricky. And from one like risky fight as Justin had, Daka is going to another glitchy fight, and this is by far one of the biggest time saves in the run. So basically, this glitch works kind of similar to the Jimmy glitch. You kill 2 faces in one, and you freeze the boss like that in the death animation, and all the death animations appear, and you just kind of still hit the balloon phase. That is 1 HP. He got a glitch though, so he's gonna be done with the fight soon. Just a couple of hits. There we go. So basically, a lot of the glitches in Cuphead in boss fights work pretty much the same way. A lot of damage to kill 2 phases in one. There's like one specific fight that works a little bit different though. So, and some fights, of course, you cannot really do that specific glitch.
Or some other fights, you might soft lock the boss if you
Yeah.
try to do that.
Exactly.
So yeah, you gotta be careful with the damage that you do sometimes. Sometimes it works in a very specific way for certain bosses.
This match will get
Exactly. And we are on the final boss of File 2. And this is... it's not necessarily a really difficult fight, I would say. If you get really easy pattern, you can get the glitch. Daka got 3 lasers in one. Usually with that pattern, you can get the glitch, but Daka didn't actually throw EXs, so he might barely get it. No, he lost it. 1 HP? Oh, okay. I was about to say that he was on 1 HP, so the last phase would actually be a little bit difficult for him. But at least he died early, so he's not losing that much time. It's definitely like about 25-second loss, 10-5-second time loss. But now he gets a really easy panic, he will probably get a glitch.
Yeah, sometimes you might go a little bit YOLO on the dragon for trying to get that glitch. Because if you get the glitch, you really don't care about the damage that you got on the first phase. But if you don't get it, it might get like very, very tricky because you have to be here on the back with not much visibility on where Cuphead is in reference to the clouds. And unfortunately, things can happen on the dragon. But I mean, like you said, this is not the longest fight. That death was not the most costly death that he could get. So he should still be okay. And let's try to get the reference again on when he enters Island 3. So when Justin enters Island 3, we're going to be knowing how far or how close they are from each other.
Yes, exactly. So 1424, let's just say, the situation.
Yeah,
For
I agree
Daka's.
with the 24.
Yeah, Justin getting the glitch on Pepe as well. Actually, he had really solid fights, but all the fights were similar to Daka. I think Pepe fight was a little bit faster for Justin. Daka got a 39. Let's see what Justin gets, a 33. It's a significant uh, save over Daka.
And no middle B. I don't know what's the count already, but I
Yeah.
know I know the B is like one of every 4, I guess, that gives middle.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, there are like 3 possible patterns that you can get in the second cycle there. But you only want one, to get a really quick kill, which is like the B going in the middle. Daka didn't get it, so he's gonna get like a slower fight. Usually, you can kill the B in the second phase if you get the middle pattern.
So according to Luigi, 18 out of 60, that's actually pretty fair. That's like 1 out of 3. And if it's 3 different patterns, I guess that's fair. The only problem is with the B that you don't want the other 2 patterns because they're both are slower than the middle one. But I guess the odds are properly spread then with the 3 different patterns that we could give you. And Dr. Kall, one of the trickiest fights that there is, and the problem for this is because you have to do also damage in a very specific way to throw 2 EXs of the bomb at the heart at the end to do a lot of damage, and Daka didn't get it. This can get in your mind pretty fast, and you could start looping like I don't know 3, 4, 5 times. We have seen runners getting over and over and over here in Dr. Call when they don't get the glitch. 2 attempts might not be that bad. Let's see, he get it on second attempt. A little bit different than the regular setup, but he get it on second attempt, so that's not that bad.
Yeah, at least he didn't get stuck there. Usually, a lot of people in a race they get stuck, because they have that mentality. I guess oh, I lost it, and they panic. But Daka did a good job to actually recover from that one. And Justin enters aisle 3 with a time of 14:01, so he's about 23 seconds ahead from Daka. And this pretty much means that the death on the dragon actually costs Daka the lead. So Justin is in the lead, but of course, RTA, we cannot really see it yet. We have to wait till the very end.
Yeah, pretty much those 23 seconds could easily have come from the dragon. And we'll see what's going to happen here in Island 3. It's still like a lot of tricky stuff, tricky bosses. Not so much in Sally. Sally is pretty straightforward. Pretty much just do a lot of damage whenever she's around. And hit those hidden hitboxes that Sally has with Roundabout, I guess. And no middle pattern for the B for Justin either. So he's not going to be able to take a little bit more seconds from that either.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there from Daka in the Sally stage play fight. The rats actually were in his way, so he didn't really do enough damage to Sally to actually get a really quick kill. But at least he was on 1 HP. He managed to finish the fight, which is important. But there's another window for Justin to actually catch up or extend his lead at this point, since he's in the lead. But as I said, Daka is doing a fight that is not that good, not that interesting. Werner fight. Justin is doing the robot glitch, and this is going to be it. We'll see if Justin will extend his lead, or maybe we have a similar scenario to Daka.
I want to say Daka seems to be playing a little bit safe, and we see a lot of bullets actually missing because of that. He's at a safer distance. and those, like, every single bullet that misses can cost time at the end. I don't know, like, exactly how much, but it's very important to try to aim as many bullets as possible due to the high damage output of on this category. A lot of fights can go like super risky because of that, because you want to just aim as many bullets as possible.
Yeah, despite the fact that he, as you said, missed a couple of bullets, he still got a 34, which is like really good for that
Yep.
fight. In the meantime, Justin gets first try robot glitch, which means that Justin actually extends his lead. And now he has another chance on solid stage play with a clean fight to extend the lead even more. Unfortunately, as we said, we don't really have an idea exactly how much the difference is because the loading times differ. But we'll see, I guess, after Calamaria fight, maybe. Or maybe after Captain Beard, we'll take like a glance, I guess, on the timer.
Sounds like a plan. Beard, especially because Beard can also be one of those bosses where you can get it like super good, or you can just miss it by one phase and it costs you like 10-15 seconds. But Daka got a pretty good fight here. Daka got the textbook fight that you want to get on a legacy run, and pretty nice. Bird there, 3 seconds for Daka.
Yeah, really nice RNG as well, I gotta say. Getting the squid, there are 5 possible patterns that you can get. The squid is by far the easiest one. It can be the fastest one as well if you want to. Like, if you feel that you did enough damage to actually skip to the last phase, you can actually kill the squid and trigger the last phase faster. But I guess Daka wanted to make sure he did like enough damage to go to the last phase.
A brawl
As
is really brewing.
I didn't catch up with the timer, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to look at the timer after the Calamaria fight.
It was a 1950 going from the score
All
to
right,
the overworld again.
all right, thank you. I completely missed that.
So this is one of those bosses where actually a soft lock can happen if you just kill the next phase within the first phase. Calamaria is just gonna like go on vacation or something. She's never coming back again.
Yeah,
So I think Daka knows about that. So most
yeah.
of the runners already know about that. So they decide to be a little bit careful in the first phase when they think that they're actually doing way too much damage. And you can tell that depending on the phases that you get. Some of them are longer, so you can kind of guess if you're doing way too much damage.
So Daka getting really nice fight, safe fight as well. If you want to go really fast, the optimal way to do that is to actually tank 2 hits in the ghost phase, and then you can actually have a really fast fight. But of course, Daka didn't really feel like doing damage boost, and I don't blame him because Calamaria is really difficult, man. Like Calamaria is one of those fights that it can get you, uh, especially with the fast strats being 2 damage boosts. Then it's really unfortunate.
Yeah, it really depends a lot on the patterns that you get, but definitely some of those patterns would require you to get the damage boost to do the more damage possible, and that can get super tricky. And speaking of tricky, Daka is on the train boss right now, the Phantom Express. And there's many things that can happen in this fight, especially I think on the Twins phase. The Twins phase might be one of the most complicated phases to do as optimized as possible for many runners.
Yeah, the twin phase is by far the most important phase in this train fight. Um, Daka is getting a little bit of a slower one because what you usually want to see is actually killing both of the twins once like the one of them actually attacks. So Daka didn't really do enough damage to one of the heads to actually like kill them, I guess, together. A little bit of a slower fight, but it's not the end of the world though.
Okay, I think that was, I don't know, like a 103 maybe, something like that,
Probably, yeah.
104.
Justin with a nine
101.
Justin with a 1902 excellent Captain Beard, so he has a lead of about 48 seconds. That's actually quite big of a lead for Justin.
And heading now into the King Dice. So, what do you think is going to be Daka's mini bosses? Is it gonna be 2, 4, and 9? 2, 4, and 8, maybe?
Uh, I actually don't know if Daka is going for the monkey glitch. We see a heart on number 8, so I won't blame Daka if he wants to play a little bit safer for the race and going for the number 8 fight, which is by far a safer fight than the monkey because there's like a glitch involved. But it's slower because you have to do extra dice rolls and you have to fight the boss as well. Slower by about 8 to 10 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, definitely number 2 and 4. They are, with the strats that we have, they are not difficult boss fights, and they are really fast as well. So I don't see why not going for them. As Justin gets a really safe fight as well in Calamaria. I cannot 48 exactly the same time with Daka. So I guess the race scenario, they want to play safe in Calamaria.
Yeah, right now, Justin is in a good lead to try and take this. But, like, I think King Dice can be one of those bosses that are very, very tricky, especially if you try to go for Monkey Glitch and you don't get it either first or second try. It's one of those things just like Dr. Call that it can get in your head and you can just take like a gazillion attempts to try to get it, and he's just too stubborn and sometimes he doesn't go off the screen. And that's why Dak actually chooses to go for number 8. There's a
Yeah.
heart, so he goes back to 3 HP, and there's really no trouble on killing the 8 ball. It's probably the easiest boss on the whole King Dice little minions.
Yeah. The easiest boss fight, it's actually quite fast as well, with legacy strats, with legacy like weapon swapping and stuff. Uh, the only thing I guess that difference is the insta kill that you get if you first try the monkey, and of course the fact that you have to do an extra dice roll when you go to number 8. That's like the only difference. But quite important to be at 3 HP because there's like specific setup that we do in the end for King Dice. Now that you don't have to parry the cards, and you just like tank the cards for 3 HP. Unfortunately, though, for Daka, he already parried. He gets the knockout here, of course, really nice one as well. But he already parried, and the strat actually is really good if you don't parry at all, because you avoid that parry count in the score screen, and you save a little bit of time. But still, you avoid the lag that you cause on the screen by not parrying the cards. All right, last fight for Daka. Justin enters Inkwell Hell. Uh, Justin didn't make any mistakes so far. Like, we haven't seen anything from Justin. And he had a 48-second lead, leaving Captain Briny So we'll have to see, I guess, till the end. Like, it's up to Justin at this point, I feel like.
Yep, and I think Daka is on a potential PV pace right now. If he gets a really, really good kill here on the Devil.
Well, yeah, Daka's PB is like 26-30 something, right?
Yeah,
Let me actually check real quick.
yeah, I don't know the exact seconds. I think it's like 26:35.
So Daka has a PB of 26-25. So
Oh,
he's
okay.
like really close to PB. Um, oh, and a death right at the end of the fight. Oh no, that is actually costly, like big time. About 40 seconds, more or less.
Yeah, he was almost done with the fight because in Legacy, when you go on the last phase of the Devil, it's like super short because of all the damage that you have done already. So that is very, very unfortunate because he was so far ahead already on that fight.
So yeah, Daga did have like a really decent run. Like that unfortunate death on Matchstick didn't really cost me that much, but the death on the devil definitely did. Daga's get the knockout with the 27:31 time, a loadless time. and it's actually up to Justin. And the only thing that can mess this up for Justin is the upcoming mini boss. So we'll have to see what Justin has to do.
Maybe I start over.
Yeah, like we've seen.
Start over. I'm falling on the wrong minion, on the wrong spot with the dice.
Yeah, we've seen Justin actually missing dices in previous tournament races. That was like on the previous patch. Maybe Legacy is really nice to Justin. So it's up to the monkey, I think, for Justin. Let's see how this goes. This is like the glitter we are talking about. Justin gets the first try as well. Nicely done there for Justin. So
Justin's on a really good pace, like maybe a 25 is possible here.
he might be on PB base, as Andrea actually mentions in chat. To explain a little bit what happened, so basically in that minigame there's a glitch in Legacy version where if you pause, I guess, the monkey at the edge of the screen and you scroll the screen, the monkey just like goes out of bounds and you win the fight. Justin had a really, really good King Dice fight. Probably a 135, 36, 33 even. Wow. Nice.
He's on a very, very low 25 pace right now.
Yeah, Justin's PB is at 25.39, so I believe he's gonna be. I believe he's gonna be like close to his PB. Or he might actually get a PB if he gets a good demo fight, now that I think about it, because the demo is about 45 seconds long, so he might be on a 9-second PB, more or less.
So, less RNG for no head right now.
This match will get red hot. Here goes.
Alright, he gets a really good pattern right here. That will guarantee him 2 cycle, but he got hit, so that's actually kind of bad for him. He's gonna get that attack now, the clap, I guess. And he's gonna go to the last phase now, the last 2 phases. Let's see how Justin is gonna handle this. So this pause, Daka did it as well. That is like a pause buffer kind of deal, that you do it because in the transition you usually cannot hit anything. But when you do the pause, you can actually fire. And Justin got a PB by 6 seconds. Nice.
GG to Justin right there with the PV on a race.
PB on the race, and I want to see what both of the runners had to say. It's definitely a bit weird, I guess, having one runner finishing and
like later and being the winner.
Yeah, but it is like the fair thing, I guess, to do here.
Yeah, I think it is.
Loadless time is the official timing for Cuphead. Justin, for example, doesn't really have good load time. Doesn't really have like the PC, I guess, to have like the faster load times. But with the loadless timer that we have, it makes it fair for everyone. I believe that we're gonna have people for an interview. Let me see if I can drag someone here. Yeah, I believe we're gonna have Dakas joining us. I don't know how much time we have for an interview because in about, let me actually check real quick. In a couple of minutes, in 25 minutes, there is a Super Mario Galaxy Luigi % race happening in Speed Gaming 2. So you guys can actually watch that in about 25 minutes and start. So it might be like a quick interview that we're gonna do.
And I believe we're gonna have another race of Cuphead in another Speed Gaming channel right after this one, right? In like 20 minutes as well.
The next Cuphead race is gonna be in an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that is going to be between Beliso and Jason. That's a nice one.
Okay. I believe none of the runners are gonna be able to join us this time.
Yeah, apparently we won't have the runners, but GG to both of them. They had a good run. Leaving aisle one, Justin was behind. No, he was he was behind by 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So the race was really close. Daka had a little bit of a slow. He had the death on green matchstick, and Justin actually took the lead, moving on to aisle 3, and then a couple of unfortunate things happening with the robot glitch and slower fights overall put Justin even more ahead, I guess, from Daka.
But I guess you can see how hard this tournament is. Like, most of these runners are just so experienced already that the slightest mistake, like, the run was still good. I mean, that time was still like a time that many runners would like to have, but in this tournament, it's just like everybody is so skilled that very, very little mistakes can cost you any race. And all right, so without the runners here, I guess I'm not sure if we might actually get them, guys. So don't move from your seats.
Yeah, we
Don't
might
go
actually
anywhere.
we might actually grab a fast forward because, as I said, we will have a race in about 20 minutes in this channel. Super Mario Galaxy, Luigi, and Impression. These are good races.
Yeah, that game is pretty fun for sure.
So yeah, without win for Justin, he gets 2 wins if I'm not mistaken right now. Let me actually check real quick. Yeah, Justin, no, 3 wins for Justin, and he has to face the call in order to see who is gonna advance, to the next stage. And with us we have both Justin and Daka. Yay, we have them both. GG, guys.
Yeah, GG.
Hey, GG, Justin.
That ending was really insane.
Yeah, I saw after I finished that poker chip literally almost crushed you as you just killed him. That was awesome.
So Justin, that was a PB for you by 6
Yeah.
seconds, right?
Yep.
Nice. GG, man. I believe you had a run, if I'm not mistaken, it was yesterday. That was on a really good pace, probably sub 25 pace.
Yeah, it was a lot better based on this one.
Yeah. And it was like you had an unfortunate death, or the monkey messed it up. I don't really remember exactly.
Kind of a, yeah.
Yeah, so you've been actually grinding Legacy. I asked you the previous time as well. How was like the transition from current pass to Legacy was for you? You said that it was pretty much like the same thing. It was Cuphead. Do you think that you're gonna stop after sub 25, or do you think you want to continue a little bit more?
I don't really know. I definitely want to get better on current pitch. That's like really, that's the top ranks are like so spread out that hopefully I can get something in between that. But yeah, maybe a bit more Legacy as well.
Nice. And for you, Daka, you haven't played Cuphead in some time now. I believe, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, like, how do you feel like coming back to this? And you actually had a really good pace. A couple of unfortunate things happening, of course, with Grim and Robot, but you still managed to actually bring a good run overall. You were actually close to your PB. Aside from that death, of course, from the devil in the end.
Oh yeah, definitely. If I wouldn't have died, it wouldn't have been too bad overall. Yeah, there's just a few small mistakes, like shop glitch. I accidentally exited the shop. My Hilda was like god awful. Yeah, I mean, it feels good coming back. The weapon swapping is really what's making me stay away from the game. My hand just can't physically take it anymore. I can already feel it just after one game. I might actually switch over to current patch, and become like Justin. Just reverse it, go from legacy to current patch.
Yeah, you should. Like, Cuphead overall is fun, no matter what, which version, which category. Cuphead is Cuphead. I highly recommend for everyone who's watching, and you like the game, jump into Discord, of course, and Make sure you ask us questions, check out all the strats that we have and such. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe with that loss, Daka, you might not be in the tournament.
I think things have to go like a specific way for me to continue, but yeah, I think it's like a slim to none chance that I'll continue out of group.
Oh, there is a chance for triple tie, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but either way, my times at this point are nowhere near the other runners in the group's best, so I don't think I'd stand a chance moving on in that way either.
Well, anything can happen, of course, in Cuphead. You know, we never know. We might see one of those crazy triple tie scenarios, of course.
Yeah, that would be incredible, and I definitely do stand a chance. I know I'm facing Dino later, who is commentating, and the Cole. Our PBs are relatively close, so I mean, anything really can happen in those matches. So it's definitely possible that a three-way tie is kind of plausible. And for Justin as well, since I think he still has to face Luigi and who else there?
And Andrea. So
Yeah,
the two
so yeah.
on the top tier.
So yeah,
I mean-
realistically, anything can happen there.
So I guess, Justin, for you, it's just like easy first place, I suppose, at this point, right? 2 wins on your pocket. 5 out of 5, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I would
Like
love
you-
to see Justin sweep it. That would be fantastic.
easily.
Yeah, Luigi is free low, right?
He only has a sub 24, whatever, right?
Yeah, like no,
Let's
he
see
was
if we can find Polish spear skip.
Pearl Spears.
Yeah, right. If he decides to throw in that, you can maybe take him on.
Right, so let's not drag this out. I think people might actually want to prepare the next phase. Any last words, gentlemen?
Basically that run basically just shows me how free my PB really is if I actually felt like grinding the game. So it's something I might consider actually doing again.
Just think about my one that like the beginning was so bad. I'm on after Hilda I was at plus 20 and like from I2 it was just insanely good suddenly. I got a bunch of goals with multiple seconds even. I have no idea how it has happened.
That's always nice when it happens. The multiple goals in a row. So I believe that's it for us. It was a very nice race. Both of you actually played extremely well. Daka, you were ahead by about 3 seconds at the beginning. So we slowly it was a little bit difficult to catch up because of like the difference in load times, but it has some indicators every now and then. But yeah, as always, I want to thank Mr. Dino for joining me in commentary.
Hey, thank you, 2C. It's really good always to commentate with you these amazing races. And thank you, Daka and Justin, for the race, as well as Speed Gaming for the awesome host, as always.
All right, so I hope everyone's gonna have a good day today, and stay tuned on Speed Gaming. Plenty of action, plenty of games, cool stuff overall. Enjoy the
Another
races.
Cuphead race today.
Yeah, another Cuphead race in about an hour and 50 minutes. All right, see you everyone.
See ya.
See ya.
Goodbye everyone.